Hello. In today's Moodle Minute, we will be expanding on the Moodle Minute that you probably have already viewed on creating rubrics. We're going to specifically look at what the student sees and then also how you go in and use the rubric to assign grades for assignments. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm logged in as a student. I'm going to click on the assignment where I had previously created and attached a rubric for the assignment. So when the student clicks on the assignment, they see their typical assignment instructions that you're typically used to. And they also, if you checked the box that was one of the options to allow students to be able to view the rubric prior to submission, will be able to see your rubric before. If you did not have that box checked and it was not checked by default, then students will only be able to see this rubric after you have graded and after they have submitted their assignment. So it's important for you to decide if you want them to be able to see this up front. For most assignments, it probably is a good idea for students to be able to see this so that they know their expectation. So students would go ahead and click on Add Submission, and as they normally would, they will simply upload their document, and that's it. Okay, next, hold on for me for just a minute. I'll get logged in as an instructor, and we will take a look at how the instructor uses this to grade. Okay, so welcome back. I'm now going to go in as the instructor, and I am going to grade my assignment. So I go to the assignment as I normally would, and click on View and Grade All Submissions. You can see I have two students, and both of them have uploaded their documents. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Grade as I normally would, and after I pull up their document, I would then use this guide to grade. So for each criterion, I would click on the level that I'm assigning, and I also have boxes over here on the right, and I can expand those if I need to be able to type in my comments. Okay, so whatever feedback that you would normally give the student, and then you can give them overall feedback. Okay, and then when I save changes, it has now been graded for the student. Okay, so next we're going to talk about some options that you might want to look at when you actually look at the grade that is assigned based on using this rubric tool. If you are using a 100-point grading scale versus someone who grades simply by points, and maybe something that's worth 10 points doesn't count that much on an overall grade, you may find that you may want to do some adjustment to your rubric. We talked about in our workshop why sometimes the points earned divided by points available may not be the best way to assign a grade for the rubric. And I've got an example here. So the rubric that we used was only worth 9 points. So if a student got 6 of those 9 points, their grade converts to a percentage of 66.67. But maybe you look at that and say, well, this really isn't effective as a grade. They did perform at those various levels on each criterion, but maybe that grade should be an 80. So what we would do is we would go back to our course, and we would want to adjust that in grade view. So we're going to go to Grades and turn Editing on our grader report, and I can scroll over to where that 66 is, and I can assign any grade that I want to. So I'm going to assign the 80, and then I am going to come back and save changes, and now we'll take a look at what the student would see. Okay, so I'm now signed in again as the student, and so I'm going to look at my grades and scroll down on the grader report until I find the assignment that has been graded. I see my 80, but if I want to see the comments, I would click on the assignment link and scroll down, and I can see what level I was assigned for each and the comments made by my instructor. Thank you again for watching this Moodle Minute, and we hope that you find this tool very useful.